I'm not convinced. I'm not unconvinced that we were wrong, or I'm not unconvinced that we were. I'm not convinced.
This deck, I think, might actually make something out of it.
Do you even play Fury or Charge attacks?
That's the secret. You play Shadow Man without flash attacks, and you play DJ without charge attacks.
His E's don't have charge on them. All right, let's go. We figured it out.
We solved it, boys.
Now what the fuck does this do? This changes everything.
You're like, wait a minute.
So if you don't block, you deal more damage.
Oh yeah, it's probably. I think we have to put. I think YouTube or there's like stabilizers I can put on it. Post production.
Jesus Christ. All right, that changes fucking everything. Let's go.
This might be.
Shadow Man, no flash Shadow Man versus no charge DJ.
Okay, I have 2 charge.
Shane is like rolling in his grave right now. He's not even dead.
I have 4 charge attacks in this deck.
Okay.
So that's.
Are you playing Climax Speed?
One of them.
Ah, yeah. Climax Speed.
You gotta play Climax Speed if you're playing DJ.
Hell yeah, if you get a bunch of multiple copies and just draw 12 cards, let's go.
1x for the fan service, why not? Right?
After you play an attack, draw a card for each charge attack you card pool. Alright. It's tight.
For each charge attack in your card pool. When you're only playing 4 charge attacks, you're not using that often. 7
and 9. Right. So are we recording or?
I'm recording right now. Do you want to do a test run and then listen to it and then see if our voices pick up from? Okay.
I mean, I wouldn't mind doing multiple runs anyways because it's gonna have different results.
Okay. Well, are we just gonna do the first 3 turns?
Yeah, just the first 3 turns. Probably we can do the back and forth on it too.
Sure.
This deck doesn't kill on 3 anyway, so.
This deck can. Really,
I mean,
only if I.
This deck doesn't technically kill on 3, but if you play like a dumbass into it, it can just make you miserable by 3.
If I can grind you down on 2, and then I.
Oh, you're playing a poke deck into this.
And
this is gonna be fun.
If I climax on you,
oh, God.
You're done.
If we climax on me, I'm done. Let's go. You know I'm playing Prepare to Fight, right?
I'm running. What is it? Nobel Prize.
Oh, let's go. All right. Let's go. I like it. This is gonna be fun. This is back and forth.
Right?
So I kind of like I want to show like my hand and shit, right?
You can, and I think without showing me, I think you can go like this, and most people can see what you got.
Yeah. Okay.
This is the test run. That's what you're doing.
So this is the test run. All right. So we're starting here. We're playing Shadow Man versus DJ. So I have a very vague idea of what this deck does.
Whereas I know exactly what Shadow Man does.
Yeah, so we're already off to a good start.
Good start.
All right. So I'm not sure exactly. When I'm looking at turn 1, this is not a fantastic turn 1 hand, but I don't think I want to throw it away either. But I know I have 2. I should probably. Yeah, I'll go with it. This is probably useful against him. So I'm probably just gonna play 3 and pass because I don't think I'm gonna take the risk on that. I'd rather, if I'm gonna build it out, I think I'd rather just take the risk on playing reactive style. So I'm gonna have the second reactive style on 3.
Damn.
And then so I can go for the balance fighter on 4, the spiders on 5. There's not a ton of 4 checks in this deck, so I think I can take the risk on the spiders and just kind of be greedy, and if I hit the 5, I can just go for balance fighter on 5, so, and I'm going to hit the 3 anyway, so that didn't really matter what I did there.
Alright, because I've got information about this deck, I also know it's running Prepare to Fight, I'm going to review Tombstone Stunner, because I'm going second, and I'm going to want to try to build as much as I can to try and regain my disadvantage of going second.
And so immediately by him reviewing Tombstone Stunner, I know he's playing throws, so now I'm looking for my throw hate cards.
Also, as I throw you my hand, I'm keeping this because it's not affected by Prepare to Fight, which is the reason why. Can the camera see this? They know what I'm talking about. Anyways, that's why I'm keeping that one over this, is because one of them is affected by Prepare to Fight, whereas the other one's not.
Know your meta, kids.
Know your meta, kids. Also, because I'm running a throw deck on life, odds are the longer this game goes, the higher the percentage chance of me winning in the late game over Devin, who's going to want to regain as much leverage on me in the early game and then try to maintain that control as the game goes forward. So I need to try and push as far past his control as I possibly can. So
you're just going to build like a monkey?
I'm going to build like a monkey on him. And Survivalist is probably really important for that. I'm also going to want to put dragons on the table rather than have it in my hand, because I don't care about reactive style as much as I want to give myself more reach with my throws and have the ability to gain vitality. Because I want to gain vitality because I want to be able to push myself into a late game if I'm presented with that opportunity. We also want this because, again, if we're going to try to build like monsters, 12 Pharaoh is going to help me get there. We're going to go to Scorn Beauty then on the 5, 4, 5, because that's going to help me stay alive. And then we're going to pass with 2 blocks in hand. Yeah.
Okay, so he's immediately dropped 4 cards to a staging area that I don't like to see. So if I'm looking to play like a leverage some tempo advantage over him. Shoutouts to Rob and Kevin for hating that phrase.
We need to just say that word as much as we can.
So I wanna, yeah. I'm just gonna keep saying tempo advantage until they have an aneurysm. I have 2 cowboy batteries in my hand. I definitely don't need 2. I'm be very lucky to hit him with 1 to begin with this early in the game, especially on 2 foundations. I'll draw up my 4. So I don't see any throws. So I want to poke him with throws so I can get momentum going, but I didn't see any, so that's fine. But it means that the game's going to probably go long, and that's going to lower my advantage. Like, my window of advantage in this game is going to be to try to get him shut out early, and I had a terrible build on 1 and he didn't, which really sucks.
Should have mulliganed.
I could have mulliganed that, but that's also learning experience too. Like, maybe in the future I'll look to mulligan that and try to get a better curve.
Designing a first turn build. Yeah, I didn't want to throw away double reactive style, double cowboy battery, because that would have made this game a lot harder. Especially like if I took a gambit, but now I'm sitting here on the losing side of the gamble I made, and I kind of have to reap what I sow, I guess. So I have Balance Fighter in my hand. I don't know exactly how useful that's going to be against this deck yet, but I do know that I can always pitch it to. I have both Power Struggles and Design for Combat in this deck, so maybe I just want to I might want to hang on to that and try to use it as card advantage, because I do have the Power Struggles in my hand, and I really desperately need to build cards. So I think the answer here. I think I have the Prepare to Fight in my hand too, which is going to be helpful. No, it's not. So I think the answer here is I'm just going to build 4 and try to catch up and build. So I'm just going to. I should have no risk of failing any of these cards. I kind of want them. Yeah, I can afford to put them. So I want to leave Shadow Man up, so if he tries to poke me with a throw and I take the damage, I can throw some reactive styles and momentum and try to take down some foundations. Right.
Because while he does have a lot of really strong foundations out, that means every one of them is like I can try to put him into a difficult position of what to destroy. I probably really badly need an answer to the 12th Pharaoh, or I'm going to start falling behind.
12th Pharaoh? Okay, so like I said, as the game progresses, I'm going to have a stronger chance of winning. The more board I can build before he gets to start destroying it, the better. So knowing that, again, because he has double reactive style, well, he has triple reactive out now. If I try to poke him, even though I know I can poke him through a Prepare to Fight, I'll be giving him the opportunity to press into me the next turn. And I'm also going to be dedicating resources to attacking when I don't want to be doing that. When I can dedicate my entire resource set into just building as much as I possibly can. And that's probably what I'm going to want to do here. I'm probably going to look at cards. If I'm going to put something on the table, I want to put something on the table that's going to be recurable. Because this is the second turn of the game, I want to have the most effects out of it as I possibly can. So I'm not going to want to throw down burnable effects that I know aren't going to be too impactful yet. I'm going to want to put down stuff that I know I can abuse to gain further advantage, right? Like
it's also
really,
really important to note that I didn't even try to play aggressively into him on my turn 2 when I would normally have the advantage in going first. So this is like the best. Like if you go into turn 2 and your opponent just doesn't even try to punch you in the face, you're already looking at like going into a long-term game plan.
Yeah.
Because this is like most decks right now are going to try and take advantage of the low resource count to actually play aggressively into you.
On move 4.
God, yeah, the 12th Pharaoh is going to be a problem.
So like I said, so now at the end of turn 2, I have 9 foundations in.
So, yeah. I'm going into my turn 3. I'm going to review my Cowboy Battery. I did hold on to 2 Cowboy Batteries instead of mulliganing them because if we go into a long game, I don't want to be going into the long game already missing 2 cards that I can potentially use to win the game. I want him to have to spend resources on Cowboy Battery, even though like I know he's got Scorn Beauty out, he's got Revoke, so I know he's gonna have answers, but I want him to spend them on this. So it's important that if the game does go very long, I want to be able to cycle back into them and not just like, if I get a bad cycle at the end of my deck and I hit like more Cowboy Batteries, like I might just end up not having any way to really end the game efficiently. So I draw out my hand and of course I get a billion attacks. So that's a good start. So I'm looking at my attacks. So I've got Hyper Bomb in my hand, but I can't destroy anything with it because he's not lower life than I am. So that kind of loses a bit of value. This is a card that I've been slowly cutting out of the deck to begin with because it's really bad in situations like this where if you're playing against a 6-hand size, like I don't remember how much life Padley has.
I'm not sure either.
Yeah, like Garrett's character is 27 and
Most of them are 27.
Yeah,
I think all the ones on the table right now. 27.
27.
27, 27, 27.
Yeah. There's a lot of 27s. Like this is really valuable in the 5-hand size matchup. Like if you're gonna get thrown into Huitzel or if you're gonna get thrown into Zangief or E Honda or whatever. Like
or if you have a way to manage your life total.
Yeah. But I don't really have a whole lot of means to put myself lower than him other than letting him hit me. So then that's going to change the role of this card in this deck to being basically an opener to trying to kill him rather than trying to gain tempo advantage over him.
Yeah, tempo.
Tempo advantage. The Cowboy Battery isn't going to really do much in this situation if I can't follow it up, because he should be able to just block the I don't know what 2 cards he's holding in his hand, but these ones. Yeah. But I do have a high and a low, so if I think I can get lucky and check well, like if I can check like 5/5, I can look at possibly like, if he held a high and a low block, shit happens. But this is a way that like I could try to start generating momentum and try to get some kind of advantage over him. I can also use this instead of the Cowboy Battery and hang on to that and probably have a better chance of not fucking myself on it.
It's a safer offensive, yeah.
It's safer. But then the payoff is if I get this and I hang on to Shippukyaku, I can play this as a reversal with the momentum advantage and try to gain some control over the staging area.
Right now I have a 3 foundation advantage on you.
Yeah, and that's not really a good place going. So that's not really a good place to be when I'm going second. When I've already gone first, then I'm already behind. So I think in this case I would go for the higher risk play because I'm gonna risk fall. Like I'm not gonna be able to catch back up with the rest of this hand anyways. So I think the answer that I would go for here is to try to take the higher risk play and maybe make something of it. So I'm gonna open with the Cowboy Battery on a 5. That's gonna check. I'm not going to have a response to that momentum. So my first hand, I'm going to add top card here.
Okay. Throw the battle.
5. So you have a revoke. That's neat. And then I'm going to say, pass. So I have a 3i for 6. So I'm gonna judge very carefully based on what he does.
7, 5, 6, 7.
That's full block.
No response.
So now this is kind of where the meta comes in, where it's like, I know he's playing life. There's a very high chance that the card that he has left in his hand is going to be a Templar. It might not be, but like that's kind of like, it's like, what would I want to be sitting on at this point, or like what is he like? Like it's like, what is he likely to sit on? Because you can't do anything with Templar if you're just building cards. So if he drew a Templar like off of his hand, he's stuck with it in his hand. If he drew a Templar last turn, he's stuck with it. He can't review it until the end of this turn here. So if that is a Templar and I play a low attack, it's gonna hit. Life is pretty decent at blocking. Like I know life is pretty decent at blocking low because like it's gonna play 4 copies of spiders. It's a lot of them will play Curse Black. You can see cards like Patriot Stance, Delta Blue Team Leader. Like just there's a lot of really random low blocks dispersed through life decks that are very playable and very strong. Yeah.
Every life deck.
So I'm gonna take the chance here and see what he's got. So I'm gonna go Hyper Bomb on 6. I check a 4, so that's pretty good. So my gamble paid off a little bit here. I'm not gonna need Cunning and Prideful, and I'm not gonna need any Power Struggles. So we're gonna pass that. And no response, so I'm gonna stun 2.
That's fine.
And you're enhanced.
No enhance.
If it's not blocked, I'll draw a card.
Pass.
Can't play the so I'm just I send it in. So it's a 3 low for 5.
Okay. I'm going to take the 5.
All right.
So it's not worth blocking to only body gate.
Unless he doesn't want me to draw the card.
He still needs to turn that card to advantage. He just committed 2 to play 2 attacks, and now if he tries to build after the fact, he's going to have a more difficult time to build. Or if he gets greedy and tries to push more attacks through. And I also know that he's probably not going to want to react to style on that Hyper Bomb right now, because I already have such a heavy build advantage on him, so he'd have to eat more of a staging area in order to gain momentum advantage off that, so that's why I'm beating it.
But I've already gained momentum.
Yeah, he's getting one on the Hyper Bomb.
I've gained the momentum that I wanted off the Hyper Bomb,
Yeah.
so that's fine.
But I'm okay with him getting 1.
And I'm going to go Fortress of Bones on a 5.
4.
It's 4. We can commit a reactive stall then. We'll go Balance Fighter on a 5. That's 4. I can commit a Balance Fighter that out. I'm going to drop 1 here anyways. So Hyper Bomb is going to go to Momentum, and Cowboy Battery is going to go away.
So even at the end of that turn, he's at 4, 5, 6, 7 plus an asset.
So I've left myself relatively open with only 3 cards up.
So he gained a momentum and 5 damage on me, but I'm still build ahead of him.
But that's an example of a turn where I had very limited options to begin with. I could have formed with Power Struggles and discarded Balance Fighter and tried to draw into 2 foundations. But even if I do that, I'm still not really gaining advantage off of that. Because I'm going to draw 1 foundation to replace the Power Struggles, and I'm going to draw a 2nd foundation to replace the Balance Fighter.
2?
I have 3 in hand.
3. Okay. Oh yeah. This is where I'm going to start trying to leverage my advantage, because I need to start putting some damage on the board if I'm going to put him within reach. And that's what my deck does, so try to grind him down over the course of a long game. So we're going to open up with Death Valley Faceplant on 5, and I got the check. Death Valley is really good for so many reasons. Mid throws is a good way to avoid prepared fights, because they don't do crap against mid. So if you're playing nothing but mid throws or mid attacks, the prepared fight isn't really online other than just being a regular block. So
it still hits multiples.
It still hits multiples and whatnot, right? But in the world of throws, mid throws are the way to go if you're worried about prepared fight. So my first enhance is going to be stun 1.
Oh no. So I look across this table. I don't see any speed pumps. I know Deejay gets what
Natural.
speed pumps if
you block.
If I block.
Yeah. And if you don't, you take damage, or you get more damage on the
So I'm looking at my hand. I have a reversal in my hand. I opted not to respond with Shadow Man on his attack to blow up a foundation because it's a throw and I don't have a way to mitigate. I don't have a way to negate the throw damage entirely. But I do have a reversal. And so I can use the reversal to use Shadow Man's response and try to and get around him being able to like just blow up his face down for extra damage. That's true too. If you blow up a Scorn Beauty, like if he blows up Scorn Beauty on a reversal, I'm also
He's still netting a +1.
I'm pretty okay with that. So I'm going to, but I'm probably not going to get to block more than one of these if that, like, if this plays out like through the Scorn Beauties. So I'm gonna have two in Tool. If I block this, he's gonna commit a card in my staging area anyways.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna commit the Balance Fighter.
Okay.
Because I think he's gonna commit that anyways, but
that's why
Your hands?
and I'm gonna pass.
Enhance on the card.
Yep, and I'll pass.
Okay. Thrill.
Shoot the thrill!
Got it.
Yeah, that's good. I will pass.
If you block my attack, my next attack gets +2 speed.
Pass.
If you don't block my attack, my next
Still
attack gets
pass.
+2 damage.
Send it. 3-5. All right. So we're gonna block the PTF on a 4, and that's 3. That's a 4. Respond breaker 1. It's gonna hit me for 3. He's gonna commit my 1 foundation.
I'm going to respond, gain 2 vitality. Or not respond, gain 2 vitality. I gain 2 vitality off Death Valley. Respond, hunt for Ladders and Dragons, gain 2 more vitality.
Yes.
Then we're
I'm
gonna.
gonna respond with the reversal.
Okay, I'm gonna pop Scorn after you. After the
Yeah, I have to check for it.
Okay. Scorn medium.
Yep. So I burned a Scorn Beauty. That's good because I'm playing Cowboy Batteries. So.
Kikisho on.
Yeah. Let's
5.
get bodied.
I got the 5. It's at +5 speed from DJ and from itself.
Yeah.
I'm going to ready throw with using Kikisho's enhance.
Pass.
If it's blocked, next attack gets +2 speed.
Pass.
If it's not blocked, my next attack gets +2 damage.
Pass.
Okay, I'm going to send that in for 8 min for 6.
I gotta take the 6.
Okay. On 7, 5, 6, 7.
Let's go.
It gains a natural +2 off DJ. If this attack deals less than its permanent damage, I'm going to gain 2 vitality and commit a foundation. Yours?
So I'm trying to do the math and see if I can block this because I got the Cowboy Battery to block with, but I have to block it's going to be on 4 plus speed. So I'm not playing 6s, so I'm basically looking at probably eating this.
If it's blocked, and if it's not blocked,
Yep.
Okay, 3 mid for 7.
So I take the 7 and I go to. I've taken 16, so I'm at 11.
6, 7.
I'm probably very dead. Maybe not.
No, maybe not. 5. If I'm really lucky, I can kill him. So here's where I can look at, do I want to take the risk and push it through? Because I'm the throw deck, and if I get him down to like really within throw range, I think I can just kill him anyways. I'm back up to 26 vitality, so even if he draws the nuts next turn, he's going to have a really hard time killing me. Because I know that a lot of his Cowboy Batteries are eaten up in the discard pile, so the risk is worthwhile here. I'm just going to... None of this is going to help me on this push. Okay, so I got it. It's at +2 damage. My next throw gets +2 damage. Yours?
Pass.
If it's not blocked, it'll get +2 damage. If it is blocked, stun 1 does nothing, so ship it in for 6.
Okay, so I'm at 5.
On 8, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's good.
Maybe not.
Can you block this?
Yeah, I can potentially block this. So it's a 2 mid for 8.
2 mid for 8.
18, 19, 20, 22, 2. Yeah, okay, so I'm at 5. So if I partial block this,
You'll be at 1.
I'll be at 1. So I can go for the partial block on a 6.
6.
And we check for 5, 6.
So
We go to 1.
He's got 1 vitality left. And
God bless. Did you play through Breaker?
yeah, I did.
Yeah,
it was
you're
3,
on
4, and I
Deejay.
hit a 5.
I totally forgot that.
Okay, so I bopped you with absolutely everything.
Yeah.
I got Mercy Thrill, so let's go Death Pico, Death Toon Tracer.
You get an extra momentum if you want from Fortress.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna need it.
Alright, so we draw up 6. So I really need to punish him here for doing that shit. So naturally I'm not gonna get anything to punish him with whatsoever.
Although that is the 3 turns that we were going to play the game today, so.
So at this point, he's probably got the game won, but fuck it.
Fuck it.
Fuck it. All right.
Those 2 words.
So I wonder if I can actually just like, I don't think I can counter lethal. I would need PMT to kill you. I don't have it.
Yeah, you don't have it.
I can go Spider Suplex on a 4 though, so that's not a terrible start. I'm gonna respond with Shadow Man, make him roll something up.
Sure.
So this is good here because he can either choose something that's like actually good and blow it up, or he can.
I just need to make sure I don't die this turn, because all I need to do is find.
All he has to do is piss on me.
All I need to do is find 2 throws and he's done for sure. Because I don't think he's going to have 2 power struggles sitting there. So he's got 1 on board, and how many has he got here?
Not enough.
Power, there you go. Yeah, there's no way he's got 2 power struggles. So if I see 2 throws, he's dead.
So I'm gonna gain 3 life. That'll put me back up to 4 units. So I've got some options here. Got 5 momentum, that's fun. Let's go with. I'm gonna ship it in 3 mid-6.
Try to block. I'm just eating up I'm trying to get rid of the cards in my hand because I want to draw as many as I possibly can. Take 6.
So he's going to take 6. I'm going to respond with reactive style. Because I definitely have a second attack I can play here. And that's going to be good. So I'm going to get 2 momentum immediately off Fortress of Bones, which is good. So I'm going to have this.
I got to remember to show you what I have every once in a while.
So I'm gonna try and keep pressure up here. So I'm gonna go Kyushin Kyaku, respond with Shadow Man, make him discard or make him destroy another foundation.
He found it. You son! You scared us, man.
Got the survivalist. That's pretty good. Or it would be good if I wasn't at 4, but.
I blow up the survivalist because if I need to dig for another throw, I can use 12th Pharaoh, and I can use these cards to dig for more throws. And I don't want to blow any of these 3 up because I don't want to give him damage. Right now, I'm at the hard advantage because he's only got 4 vitality. My concern's not staying alive. His concern's staying alive. My concern is killing him.
So and I'm gonna ship that in. 4 high 4.
Burn the block.
Burn the block. So I didn't get any more attacks, so I'm gonna hang on. I'm gonna hold off from doing that. I have a couple of foundations in my hand that are going to be really useful here. So I got Pull to Magic, I've got my Beautiful Face is ruined. I'm in desperation, so this Beautiful Face could change the game here. I'm going to get a free momentum off Fortress.
I think this is game.
So like I'm not in an awful position, but it's not like, well, I am in an awful position, but it's like it's not like I have a chance here.
He can survive this, but it's going to be very difficult for him. On 5, no rolling spot. If I check poorly, he can probably choke me out. Any responses?
I'm thinking. So this is going to be really good too. So I have a really strong block here, which isn't too bad. I don't think I'm going to respond to this. I'm not in deadlock, so I'm not going to get stunned as fuck. But I'm also not very likely to get my reactive styles off here. So I have to. So that 3 momentum is basically all the momentum I'm really gonna get. So I think I'm gonna sit on it. I'm gonna sit on it because I can. Well, you can blow up a committed foundation here. So, okay. So I can make him blow one up with Shadow Man right now. And that's going to be 1 less that he can use commit, because he's very likely going to use throw of battle. Or I can use Skull Barrier. I can reversal Skull Barrier, but he's very likely just going to blow up whatever he can. He's going to blow up throw of battle after it's committed. So I think the better option here is to just use Shadow Man now and make you blow one up. I need to make him check as poorly as I can make it.
+3, right?
It's +3. Yeah. So he's gonna get the 3 damage from Shadow Man.
If my attack is blocked, my next charge gets +2.
Okay. I'm gonna pass.
If it's not blocked, my next charge is my +2 speed.
I lied. -1 damage.
If it's blocked, yours.
I'll still pass.
If it's not blocked, yours.
So I've already made a plan for how I'm going to deal with this, and just kind of trying to see how, like, he's got so much momentum. He's just going to basically get a attack at yours. I'm going to pass.
Throw battle.
Yeah. Tombstone. I will pass.
Unless you have 2 of them.
For mid for 8. I think I played everything.
So this played out roughly how I was expecting it to. He got a free attack off of Thrill Battle using Merciless Master. So I've been planning to use the Skull Barrier as a block here. I didn't bother enhancing with Pulse Imagining because it doesn't really matter what I draw. I have no top deck control right now. So I'm gonna take my chances. I do check the 5 for the full block, so that's a good start.
Responses.
So I'm gonna respond with Skull Barrier so I can play it as a reversal after I block.
Sure.
I don't think I'm really looking at a whole lot else here. So we're just gonna go with the 2. That's gonna check. Okay. I am not gonna respond with Shadow Man because I'm sitting on the very crucial 2 momentum for Skull Barrier. And I'm sitting on the Pull to Magigen, so I have the means to kind of fuck with his attack math really badly right now. So you know, this is as good as I'm gonna get with messing with his movement. Because I know that he did pick up the stunner, which I'm already making a plan for him throwing the stunner at me. So that's gonna pass. I'm gonna enhance on my beautiful face for 1 damage because it's free. So it's gonna be very telling. I want him to block this, but because if he blocks this, I'm gonna get reactive styles, and I'm gonna try to leverage more control over his staging area. But if he blocks it, it's gonna make his attacks harder to pass, which I'm also okay with. So this is kind of like he's going to have to choose which direction he wants to approach this with, because this is a free block if he decides to take the block. So it's a 0 mid 4.
I would gladly pay 5.
Okay, so he's going to take the 4. So I'm going to immediately respond with the reactive styles and take 2 more momentum. I would not. If I knew he was going to take the damage from this for certain, I would have used Shadow Man, because I was going to get the momentum back anyways, but I couldn't reliably predict him to do that.
If he ate the momentum, then I would have blocked it. Basically, because I was responding to what he was doing, he needed to play the safe play because I had control over the situation.
So I still have some outs going for me right now, but it's
And right now, I'm not really caring about my resources because all I'm going to be trying to do right now is push as much damage into his face as I can every turn. And he's going to try to now race me down with the advantage he gained from me being rammy against him or being aggressive. So it's just going to be a race game now at this point, at least to a degree. So mine, right? I'm going to play Tombstone Stunner on 5.
okay.
Got it.
So he's got the stunner. First thing I'm going to do, do you have a response?
No responses.
So he gets the static, 2 speed from
I get
Deejay?
2 speed from Deejay.
Okay. So I'm going to respond with Shadow Man. I'm kind of mentally noting what I have in my momentum. I've forgotten my 2 cards in here already because I'm bad, but I know this is a reactive style. I want to pitch this because I'm sitting on the Cunning and Prideful, so if I can get a multiple copy off of Cowboy Battery, I can pick it up with Cunning and Prideful and throw it back at him again. So So he destroys the face now. And I'm thinking, because I have access to pull to Magic, I can make him pick that attack back up and play it again, and then destroy it. So that's going to reset the damage buff on it. And it's also going to. I can make him destroy another foundation, and I'm still sitting on Skull Barrier. But I think I want him to play through this because I do have the answer to Tombstone in my hand.
Okay. So we're gonna go 3 high for 9 currently. If you block it.
Yep. I will look the top card of my deck.
Sure.
Hey, look, the spiders.
If you don't block it.
Yep, I will pass.
My next throw gets +2, and if it's blocked, my next card gets -2 difficulty.
Okay. So this is fine because if I'm gonna negate his next attack, this is the last block I have in my hand. So I'm looking at mitigating the rest of his attacks that he can play.
Okay.
So the -2 difficulty is I'm gonna have to decide if I want to pull him or if I want to Skull Barrier his next attack, and I haven't 100% decided on what I'm gonna do yet. But I am gonna block this attack. So I'm gonna pass here.
Okay. 3 high for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna partial block on the 5, and I'm gonna check the 5 because I already saw it. Respond breaker 1, respond take no damage from half block.
So now, and if you're wondering why I grabbed the stunner instead of grabbing the mid to negate the prayer fights, I grabbed the stunner to negate the Skull Barrier because he can't Skull Barrier the Tombstone out. But I was kind of running on the gamble that I didn't know he had the prayer out as well. So he had the double answer. He's got lots of answers to my throws right now. So
I'm in a really good position now because I've already made him flub 2 attacks, and I can make him fail 2 more. So he's very likely gonna play. He's very likely gonna play this easily. He's gonna pass this.
he's gonna pass on a 5. Got it.
Yes.
2, 3, 4 plus breaker
Okay.
is 5.
So-
what are you gonna do?
So the first thing I do here is I'm gonna respond Shadow Man, make him blow up a foundation,
Okay.
and then response. Now he has a choice here because if he fails to kill me, that Thrill of Battle Merciless Master is going to be very important to keep. But if he does kill me, he doesn't need Thrill of Battle. So, so he doesn't.
Yeah.
So by him destroying a Ready Foundation, I know he isn't confident. Like he isn't 100% confident that he's going to have game here. And so it goes to your response now.
What's going on, Deejay? Draw 1 off my Sabah.
Yeah, sure. And I'm going to go. I don't think it really matters because I'm going to get 2 momentum going into my next turn anyways. And I don't have any more blocks, so I don't have to worry about making it easier to block things.
Okay.
So, but the pulled might be useful with power struggles, so I might be able to dig for a second attack. So I'm gonna opt to use the Skull Barrier on this attack. So I'm gonna discard my 2 momentum. That's a response. What? That's a response.
Oh no!
Nice revoke.
Nice revoke. Okay.
So I'm down. I'm out of momentum now, but I do have a pulled up. He might, if he has a throw on 4, he can try to check double 5s and kill me, but we'll see what happens. I have face up, so. And see, now he's opted to not try to kill me. So now that took a really bad situation and turned it into a really good one because now not only did I survive from 1 life last turn, but I am actually ahead of him in foundations. So I still get a momentum from Fortress of Bones because I dealt damage.
So I hit you? No, I didn't.
And so he's sitting on 16 life, and I've got some really good cards right now. So I don't have any need to spend the momentum on multiple copies yet. So I do have a lot of advantage. I can play Hyper Bomb. I can destroy Foundation with Shadow Man. I can gain some life off Spider Suplex, and I will have a lot of advantage over a staging here. So I think that it's pretty obvious to open with the Hyper Bomb here. I think the foundations aren't really relevant yet. I want to see how he reacts to the Hyper Bomb, so I'm gonna go for it on a 5. Check 4. I'm gonna commit I'm going to commit the Balance Fighter because I have 2 of them up, and I want Cunning and Prideful if I luck sack into a Cowboy Battery. The correct play would be to see how many Cowboy Batteries I have in my discard pile.
You've burned, I think, 3.
I've burned at least 3. So there's 1, there's 2, there's 3, there's 4. So I've burned all 4 of them, so I don't have any means to use Cunning and Prideful now. So it's correct to commit Cunning and Prideful. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna respond with Shadow Man, make you blow up the Foundation. He's gonna blow up so he's gonna blow up Immortal Knowledge. That's gonna give me 3 damage. So my first hand's gonna be Stun 2. He's gonna revoke that. That's fine. Over to you.
Pass.
I'm gonna use Pull Dimension, look top card of my deck. So I really want to draw this card. If it was a 5, I probably wouldn't even bother enhancing on Hyper Bomb to draw a card if he doesn't block. But I really want to draw that card, so I'm going to enhance on Hyper Bomb. If it's not blocked, I'll draw a card. He's probably got a block for it. And I'm going to give it 1 damage with my beautiful face.
Pass.
And then I'm going to ship it in, so it's a 3-low for 9.
I'm taking the 9.
So he takes a 9. That's 18 damage. That's going to put him to 9. It's going to draw me a
I have
Spider
7
Suit.
life left,
So I'm in a really
I'm in range.
I'm in a really good position right now. So I don't know what this top card is, but I don't really care. I think because I've got 3 throws in my hand, and I think I can pass all
got 3
of them.
throws?
So we're
Yeah, I
gonna
can't stop
go
it.
Spider on 5. So it's gonna go 4. I don't need Balance Fighter right now. 5.
Oh yeah, I got to respond with Portal Barrier from that last time.
Yeah, that's fine.
Heard that?
That's fine.
I'm gonna let it go.
Alright. So I don't have any momentum. My first stance is going to be give it 1 damage to some Desperation. I'm going to gain 3 life. God, where's the 1 on
I did
this?
some really bad math that last round.
I'm going to gain 3 life. That's going to put me, I'm up to 7 now. I got a second Suplex in hand, so that's going to make his climb a lot harder. This card is so good right now.
That's at 7 right now. You can put another one at 7. That's 8 damage. That's enough to kill me. Even on half blocked.
So that's going to be, that's 3 mid 7.
Try to block on 6.
No Templars, unlucky.
6. I take 4. Down to 3.
And then I have Spider Suplex on 6. Check 5, 6. I still have Fortress of Bones up because I have another throw that I can play on 7. So this is gonna, I'll give it +1 damage.
Yeah, I
gain 3 life.
can't do it.
Yeah.
GG's, yo. GG's. I pushed and you had all the answers. You had 1 more answer than I had threat. Alright.
See how this did.
No!
And then time for the draw.